What's up, everybody? This is Alex here with Swamp Rat Fishing, and this is Bass and Brews. Tonight, we've got guest Wild Bill Fishing. Before we get to him, though, a little bit of housekeeping I want to do first. I want to talk about Hookset Hoodlums. You guys all know the deal. Great company, great team. Hookset versus everyone. You guys go check them out. www.hooksethoodlums.com. Use discount code SwampRatFishing, all one word. Get yourself a discount on that. Also, I want to give a big thank you to the Jigs and Bigs podcast. I've been talking to Bobby Roast Beef this past week on some technical stuff, and I just want to say thank you to him. Hopefully everything sounds good. Got a new mic for this episode. Also, I released on Instagram. We got 2 new stickers. You're going to see them at the bottom of your screen there. Those are for sale. You can DM me or shoot me an email at swampratfishing@gmail.com. And the last bit of news. So today is going to mark the last scheduled live stream for the podcast. And it's nothing against doing the live streams. I love doing the live streams. I'm definitely going to do some more. But there's so many people that have reached out to me and then I've reached out to them that want to come on the show. I think it's really awesome. I think the support has been amazing. So the best way I can do that is to kind of pre-record the episodes, but there will be no editing, just like normal. Whatever people say goes. So we're still going to keep with that. But so we are going to change up some of the schedule. Tuesdays from now on, we're going to have fishing videos starting next week. And then Fridays in the morning, we're going to release the replay of the Bass and Brews podcast. And it's also going to release on all major podcast platforms. So a lot of information in there. And then for tonight, since it is the last live one, normally I go with Cape May, right? I try to go with local beers. As I jack that up. Tonight, we're going to go with, oh, you guys can't see that, Lagunitas Maximum Colossal IPA, 9%. Doing it big time. And I normally do local, and I'll count this as local because I lived in the Bay Area for around 6 years total. So, Wild Bill, what do you got over there?
Gonna go local, and I'm gonna top your 9%.
Ooh, White Claw gets higher than 9.
No, well, you know what's funny is I had a White Claw ready, and then I drank it before we started. But I got the Black Hog beer, and it's out of Oxford, Connecticut. And I'm gonna start with Sailor's Dream. That is, I haven't had this kind before, and it is 11.5, I believe.
Awesome, so, man! Cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for coming out.
Cheers.
All right, everybody. So we've got Wild Bill Fishing. If you don't know him, as soon as we're done with this, definitely go follow him on all the major platforms. He's another guy that's all over the place. But he's one of the OGs of Hookset Hoodlums. He's a great multi-species angler. He's out there getting bass. He's out there getting trout. He's out there getting catfish mans. Mm-hmm. Like, he's catching everything. The only thing he's not catching is feelings. So
that's right.
We got him here on the show. He hails from Connecticut or Rhode Island or some crappy state up in New England.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Bill, thanks so much for coming on. Why don't you start with how you got into fishing?
Thanks for having me. You told me to bring the belt.
Oh, he brought the belt.
So if you people are watching, the champ is here.
Listen, before he gets into it, here's what makes this whole Hookset Hoodlums thing amazing. Dude, they have a belt made for the OG members on biggest bass, if I remember, right?
Yeah, what we'll do is from the Andrew, Ken, and I, who started Hookset Hoodlums, we have a competition. So it's the heaviest bass of the year, or the heaviest bass. Whoever has the heaviest bass at the current time will have the belt, and then whoever finishes the year up with the heaviest bass, we decided that the belt will continue to change hands year to year. I don't know if I said that right, but anyway, and then a trophy will be awarded for that calendar year. So Andrew got the 2020 trophy.
Dude, how many teams do that? Like, the level of ridiculousness, but still like seriousness, having fun with it. Like, there's no other team that does that out there. Even if they are a green brand, they're not as good as Hookset.
Among the Hookset team, this is the first year. There is another trophy being awarded. The same contest goes for all the pro staff team and family affiliated. So the heaviest bass of the year this year we'll
I
get
think that's me, right?
trophy.
Is that me right now?
That's you right now. Absolutely.
6 pounds, 15 ounces. I think that might be me.
That's you.
Oh, that's exciting
There's
news.
a couple of goddamn champions talking right now.
Shoo,
You have me beat by far, so I'm glad you're not in the run to take the belt.
Oh, we'll get to that. Don't you worry, we'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, man. Break down how you started fishing. How long you been doing it?
Okay, so as long as I can remember, I guess, like probably, I don't know, maybe 3 years old or something, I started fishing, and it's always been a constant in my life, really. I started, I think I started here in Connecticut, and then my grandparents bought a place in Maine, and I used to spend 3 months a year up there. So I did a lot of my fishing and learning in Maine, from Lincoln, Maine to Caribou, far up, like not just bass fishing for fun, but like, trout fishing in the streams for food, and fishing was every day. That was life. And I've been doing it ever since. Obviously, a little bit on and off through high school, like everybody probably, because other stuff gets in the way, or you reprioritize, and other things become the main focus. But it's been a constant throughout. So that I started, probably as a young kid and between Connecticut and Maine, and fished ever since.
And then you started Hookset. Well, you, Andrew, and Ken started Hookset 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think the idea was 2019, and then 2020, the beginning of 2020, we really started trying to make it happen with shirts and make it a brand. And before people will believe in it, they got to at least recognize it. So we want to get the shirts out there and just become a recognizable name, and it caught on pretty quick in 2020.
And what caused you guys to do it, other than making some sweet scratch? Did you guys have anything else behind that?
That hasn't happened yet. But
it's happened for Andrew, right? Like he's got lake houses.
Yeah, lake houses.
He just asked servants.
I'm in a group text with them, and it's like 50-50 between business and us insulting each other.
Right.
And yesterday he asked Ken, "What's the width on your pontoon boat?" And I tried to leave the conversation because I tried to leave the conversation, but it won't let me do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm so over those guys. Yeah.
Is there a more bougie watercraft than the pontoon boat? Right. Like I've seen the big bay liners. I'm on the Jersey coast, so we've got those all over the place, but a pontoon boat.
Yeah.
That is the bougiest.
It's good because anyone's like, "Oh, I want to fish." Like it's almost impossible. Like, if you don't have a kayak to come out with me, because that's what I do. I kayak, right. I kayak fish, but so it's good for that. But 100%. Yeah. These are Gucci fishermen, Andrew and Ken.
What's funny is I took my wife out fishing, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, the weekend of the 17th.
I saw that.
And that was amazing. We're going to do a whole video on it. Like
awesome.
She's been with me through this whole experience. Not only are we going to do a video, like I have the video footage, but we're going to do I'm going to sit her down, get some White Claws in her, and we're going to talk through the whole process with a play-by-play. But there was a pontoon boat just hauling on the lake we are, and they were like maybe 50 yards from us. And I'm in the service. I've got a sailor's mouth. This wonderful mother of my children let out a spew of obscenities that would make Andrew Dice Clay blush. Like it was. Yeah. And she was just like, "Do they normally do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you just kind of deal with it. Like you're in a little plastic boat. He's in a bougie boat."
Yep. It's the worst thing going for a kayaker.
So you said you kayak fish. How long you been doing that specifically?
Probably since 2016, I think. I got a I forget the name of the brand. I got it from Walmart. It was like a $200 10-footer. And I went out to like a local lake, and I hooked up like as soon as I launched. I was like really unsteady, and then as soon as I started getting enough to like, okay, I can cast. I think second cast I caught a bass. I was like, "Oh, this is the way to fish." Yeah, 100%. That's still
a whole different story, right?
It's my favorite way to do it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Like big boats are nice. I got a buddy that runs one. They're nice, but there's something else about when you hook into that fish and your whole craft moves with it. You know what I mean? Like you feel that whole deal.
Yeah, 100%. When you have it down, like you're moving this way with the water, with the wind or whatever, and you know how you got to cast this way, and then all of a sudden you know where the best angle is for a hookup, and you feel that, and it's like everything connects. Yeah, it's perfect.
And what are you rocking in now?
I have an Ascend 12 or Ascend or something like that. I'm about to get what you got though pretty soon. You and Delirious. Yeah, I'm over it after this last tournament, dude. Speaking of the pontoon that went by you and your wife, I'll tell you, this last tournament I went in, I wasted 3 hours getting back to my spot. I mean, the wind and the like jet skis and the boats racing by, it was impossible to get to where I needed to go. I lost a lot of time with it, and that was the final straw.
I mean, I had the Ascend 10T for 4 years. I got mine, 4 years, almost 4 years. Anyways, before I upgraded to the pedals last year, and man, it's like night and day because I would take that Ascend out, and man, I had to plan a lot. You know what I mean? You had to plan like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to launch? Oh crap, that's 2 miles. That's going to be a struggle because there's maybe 10 miles of wind, but going in the opposite, you know what I mean? But once you get the pedals, a lot of that goes out the window. You're right. Through anything.
Especially, I love the rivers, man. I gotta worry about tides. I gotta worry about what the wind is, what the time of day. You know, it'll change my whole location where I want to fish.
Now, when you say rivers, are you talking about like, you're not talking about little streams? You're talking about like tidal affected?
Well, everything. But yeah, I'm mostly like smaller streams. I'm going in just waiting. But like the Connecticut River, like I'm 2 minutes from a launch right here, and you know, I love taking the kayak out there because I don't have it figured out. That's why the river's the best. You know, you don't know what you could hook up with, what time of, you know, it's all the time of day, the tides, and I know we were talking about that in the chat, and it's like everything, any little thing could change the whole day.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, with the kayak, it's like, especially paddling like that, it's like, you know, it's got to line up perfect.
Dude, it's going to step your game up so much. I mean, people know that I fish River X, especially the people on Facebook, because they're a bunch of scumbags. But River X is title, you know what I mean? And sometimes I definitely felt hindered when I was in that the pedal. And no matter what, it's totally different from fishing a lake, right? Because you do have the tides, you do have other species that are going to move in and out that are not the normal predators. Throws it all off. I don't want to get too much into it. Quick plug for next week's video. We've got Lockwood Fishing coming on. He's going to talk to us about jigs, and he's going to talk to us about tidal fishing. So, but having the pedals, it makes me feel like I can hit those tidal windows better and kind of stay on where I know the largemouth are going to be. Yeah,
100%.
So if it comes to fishing style, what kind of fishing style would you say you have? Are you more power? Are you more finesse? Are you more run and gun, or are you picking apart an area?
I mean, I do both power and finesse, but finesse is where I'm most comfortable, which is like it's kind of what I was just talking about a little while ago with these guys. Is for whatever reason, once I get into this like tournament mindset, I'm like power fishing. I'm going way too fast. I'm rushing myself. I'm trying to get the rhythm of whatever. When in reality, like, I'm a finesse fisherman. I want to throw, slow it down, you know, and that's where I have the most success by far. It's where my confidence is finesse fishing, 100%.
Oh, we missed a bunch of comments here. My bad. Lockwood.
I don't even see. Oh, hold on. Is it?
Oh, I mean, we're gonna put it on here. Okay. Lockwood says you're a power bottom. That's pretty
sloppy power bottom. Power bottom for sure. That's a man who's literally typing from a cornfield. Hello, Rodney. Don't come at me, you motherfuckers.
It's throwing me off. All right. So other than bass, largemouth, and smallmouth, what's great about the content that you put out, and if people don't know, I think you do have your own YouTube channel, but primarily you're putting stuff out on the Hookset.
No, I only put stuff out on Hookset channel. Yeah.
So Bill's putting out a lot of stuff that have been great, but what's really awesome is the multi-species. Like, I mean, you know me, I like some multi-species, and I love that you're putting out a lot of multi-species stuff, including, I think it was 2 weeks ago, you put out that video of you catching that big ass brown trout. Like, so other than smallmouth or largemouth, what's your favorite or your favorite fish to catch?
Oh man. Yeah, probably trout. I mean, maybe catfish. I don't know. Probably yeah, trout. Because I love the rivers, man. And last year, Big Nasty got me into fly fishing, which I've always fished for trout. I've always fished rivers, but fly fishing completely changed the game of trout fishing for me.
So when it comes, all right, so trout's a funny subject. So I grew up in Washington State, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got trout. We got a lot of trout. We got a lot of good trout. What is your guys' obsession here on the East Coast with these stocky trout? Like, dudes love going for these stockies, and I'm like, they're lame.
I'll tell you this.
They eat power bait.
I agree.
Which is like the weakest thing ever. It just looks like the pellet they were fed. Like, I don't. If you're gonna keep them and you're gonna eat them and put them in the smoker, whatever you're gonna do, I guess that's great. I hated stock trout when I had it. I don't I mean, you guys, especially up in Connecticut, you got wilds, right?
Yeah, so I was gonna say I agree with you, and I had this like I don't know if it's like this primal conflict about stock trout because I love trout fishing, I love fly fishing, I love being in the rivers, but there's something I'll tell you, if I catch a rainbow trout, I'm like, oh, cool, that's a nice fat rainbow, right? If I catch like a holdover brown or what I can think, oh, that might be a wild brown, there's so that the pride in that fish is so much different because right. Yeah, I'm not impressed with stock fish. I don't care if it's a breeder. I don't care if it's this. I'm not impressed with it. I mean, they're fun to catch. Of course, like any fish is fun to catch, you know. But you're right. So in like the Farmington River or some of these spots where you'll have wild browns, not native, before everybody starts fucking hating on me. Wild browns.
We talked about this with Mike Goes Fishing, right? Because he's a fly fisherman. Anything to do with trout, man, people get so up in arms. And I just did, right? Where I'm like, stockies.
No, but you're right. But you're right. Well, what's impressive about catching stock trout? Although, I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm just saying, like, that's the argument to be made.
Right.
So with that, I'd like to change my answer. No, it's no longer trout. It's since you called me out. No. So yeah, I'd love to go to these rivers like the Farmington River or these rivers where they hold over or where we'll actually get wild browns. And if I can hook into like a nice brown, then that's probably my favorite species to fish for, actually.
What's crazy as a kid, I grew up fly fishing actually with my grandfather. He's an old crusty
guy. Weren't you just shitting on fly fishermen with Mike Goes Fishing?
Yep. But so that's what I grew up, and I don't think I've ever caught a brown. I've cooked brookies. I've caught rainbows, all wild. What we would go for is steelhead on the fly and cutthroats. That was like our jam. Those two was plentiful.
I've never caught steelhead. I went with Big Nasty to New York for the run, and right after the king salmon craze, right? And then you go up there, and I hooked into one. He's telling me when you hook into it, you got to let it run. You got to let it run. Don't think it's not a bass, you know, because I'm a bass fisherman. That's what I do mostly.
Water ski that sucker up,
dude. I'm throwing the fly around, let it drift. I'm like, oh shit, I'm on. Hook up, and I just hold it tight, and I'm just and it just pops off. And he's like, dude, I'm like, and he watched it, and I still lied to him about what happened, but.
Yeah, their steelheads are like, we grew up fishing them conventionally, like when they would make the sea run, we'd hit them from the beach. And then my grandfather would take me out and we'd hit them once they hit the water side or the river side, the fresh side. It was an amazing. I wish I wasn't such a shitty teenager and I would have like cherished that more. Like my grandfather moved up to Alaska when I was 14.
Oh, geez.
And like he moved way up there. He moved like, man, he was probably about 4 hours north of Mount McKinley, like way up there. And he would take me out there.
I've never been to Alaska.
It's beautiful, kind of. I mean,
no, I would love to go. I would love to.
I mean, it's beautiful if you take it in the right context. Being in the Coast Guard, I've seen the other side of it, like the port calls of Dutch Harbor and Kodiak, which are just watching bald eagles eat Taco Bell wrappers out of a trash can. But like, I wish I would have, like, we caught Arctic grayling up there, amazing. And then I was like, oh, this is dumb. I'm in a shitty band. I should be at home doing that.
No, I completely can relate. Like I said, I a lot of my childhood, all my summers, because I went to a Catholic school, so we had a little bit longer of a summer. So 3 months of the year I'd be in Maine, and as much as I cherished it. Oh, and I did a lot of fishing. I fished every single day. That wasn't my focus. It's my main memories now, looking back at it, and it's probably what shaped me now and who I am. But I didn't take advantage of everything I could have, because that was country, that was on the water, there was so much to do, and I'm like 14, and I'm like, I'm in love, stupid shit,
I even kicked myself for all those times that I've been underway on cutters. Like, I fell out of fishing at like 17.
Yeah.
It didn't pick
everybody
up
does, though.
I didn't pick up to 2016. Like, I fell out for a long time. So we would go to Costa Rica, Colombia. All these people are going on these like fish excursions, and I'm like, man, that's dumb. I'm gonna go to the bar, and I wish I would have just I missed out on like topwater GT fishing for like $40 a whole day, like insane.
Yeah, I could see that. But if you listen to like Bobby, like Jigs and Bigs, like everybody that's on there is like high school, or at some point in high school they stop fishing for a while. Everybody does. Like you said, it's priorities. It's not fishing don't go away, but people get into some other shit.
So when it comes to baits, we asked Delirious this. I like this question, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we were just talking about this in the Hookset Hoodlums private chat there. What is the bait that you hate to throw, but you know you got to throw it to catch fish? While you're thinking, hey, M&K Outdoors, thanks for stopping by, brother. While he's talking about this, guys, go over to M&K Outdoors. That dude is slamming striper on a daily basis on the Raritan right now. Like, insane.
So, power fishing has become like, for whatever reason, I'm like, I can't get out of that phase, but that's not my style. So even throwing like most of the big fish I've caught this year, I've been on like jerk baits.
Okay.
And like I'm confident with them, but that's not what I'm comfortable with. Like I wish I could just slow it down.
Is that actually Andrew, or is that like
no chance?
No, that's his assistant, right?
No chance. Beat it, lady. Put Andrew on the phone. Yeah, no, I probably anything power fishing. Like literally, like as much as I feel like we all have success with crankbaits, it's not it's not my pleasure to fish with, So
you know what?
I guess just like power fishing.
I hate fishing a crankbait. I don't have a lot of success. South Jersey, we got a lot of super weedy. Like we get real clogged up, especially during summertime.
Oh yeah.
And the crankbait's not gonna work. Like I hate the crankbait.
I hear you talk about the depths you're fishing. We're very similar with that. With the most common lakes that I'll go back to, or like you're 9 feet, something like that, And so I'm dealing with the same thing. The weeds, they come quick, man.
Yep. I just went out Monday and tossed in the good old reliable swim jig, which is an amazing bait. But we already had full pad growth. I was like, like insane. And when I left, because I had to go grocery shopping like an idiot, have responsibilities, the guy came in behind me and threw a frog and was getting blow ups. And I'm like, dude, it's pretty early for that. It's still May. Like
I was just talking to Andrew this morning, I think, about let's start throwing some frogs. Fuck it. Like where there's pads, it's gonna work. So let's do it.
Right. So you guys have had this big warm up too, right? Like just how we have in Jersey.
The big what?
Warm up. Like you guys have gotten really hot lately, right?
Yeah. Saturday was 90 degrees, and I think like Thursday was still like 40 at night,
So with the full moon coming tomorrow, this is recorded on Tuesday. Full moon's going to be Wednesday, which is tomorrow. But then we're going to see a temperature drop. I was talking to somebody else. Mike Goes Fishing. Shout out to him. But we're talking about how maybe a double spawn, right? Where because the temperatures came so fast, so quick, and then it keeps fluctuating. Because I've definitely seen fish on beds. I've seen fish locked on beds. I've seen them spawned out. And then yesterday, I caught fat pre-spawners.
Oh, okay, so it was you. I was just gonna say somebody that on Instagram was catching spawned out fish, and then still saw some on beds.
Literally,
100%. Absolutely.
8 miles away. I was on one body of water, 8 miles away, and these things were spawned like not even like a straight belly, like concave. Like homie needed a sandwich.
Yeah.
And then I went out Monday, and they were fat. The big one that I caught still had like bleeding bed sores.
Oh yeah. That might have been herpes, but it
is South Jersey. It's probably herpes.
Yeah. Lockwood might have caught that fish before.
Listen, now that everything's opening up, I get more of you douchebags coming down here to the Atlantic City area, just ruining my small towns.
Well, I can promise you, you will not see this douchebag in Atlantic
Well, no,
City.
because you already cleared it up. And we gave Andrew some shit, right? But you just admitted that you went up to Maine, to your lake house up in Maine, and would fish.
No, I didn't say that. No, I did not say that.
Listen.
No, I did not say that.
Listen, that's what you just said. I was going to keep it quiet.
No. 23 Lake Street, Lincoln, Maine. Let's go. I don't know who the fuck lives there now, but my grandparents used to. Go tell that guy I want to buy his house.
I want your house. All right, why don't we take a little minute here? We got a new segment on Bass and Brews. Give me 2 seconds here. So,
Lake House, Jesus.
There's an old saying that you can really tell a lot about somebody by what his friends say about him. So,
yo, Wild Bill, you White Claw drinking, Tweety Bird tattooed, chest having, non-fit.
Did it cut the audio?
Yeah, last thing I heard was the fucking Tweety Bird tattoo having comment, and I didn't appreciate it. Cyberbullying.
Hold on. We're going to try that again. I don't know why it cut out.
I don't think we should.
Oh, no, I'm doing it. Tweety Bird is my favorite.
Yo, Wild Bill, you White Claw drinking, Tweety Bird tattooed, chest having, non-fit.
So I think it cuts it out at like 15 seconds, which,
Good.
oh, no, we have more.
Okay.
I sent this out earlier today to all the hoodlums. We've got quite a few for you.
All right.
But you know what I've learned from all of this is that the hoodlums don't understand instructions.
No.
I asked for landscape video, 15-second max.
Yeah.
Bobby's the only one that got it right.
He's a professional, and I hope.
Wild Bill, son, I just want to let you know how proud we are that you're on Swamp Rat's show. You've made it. You've made us proud.
I knew that Bobby wasn't going to say anything mean.
I can't tell if it's the dripping sarcasm for my show, which I get, but I can't tell. I think he's upset with you that you've stooped this low.
I know he didn't know the name of the show.
He did not know the name of the show. I mean, he's big time now. Like, we're talking about Mr. Swipe Up on Instagram.
Any day now, Bobby and Joe are going to leave the chat. They don't need us anymore. Yeah. They're done. Yeah. Thank you, Bobby. I don't remember what you said, but I know it was nice. I think.
Let's drop one more before we. Speaking of Jigs and Bigs.
Hey, this is Sean the Fisherman from the Jigs and Bigs show. Just want to talk a little bit about William, aka Wild Bill, aka Buck Rogers, and his character. I have 2 words. Former juggalo. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Wow, Bill, I think you got some explaining here.
Whoop, whoop. Sean, dude. Sean, that's a low blow, dude.
Juggalo, huh?
Yeah, sure. You know what, dude? I sent Bobby and Sean a picture of me in Maine at my grandparents' home, which happened to be on a lake,
right?
Where I'm holding a skateboard, and I am painted as Violent J.
Where is this picture at? Where is this at?
I'll send it to you later.
Dude, this has got to be on the next shirt. This has got to be the next shirt.
No, the next shirt is going to say cease and desist, but that's another story.
What do you mean that's another story? What are you talking about, cease and desist?
I don't know. But but the Juggalo, low blow, Sean. Very funny though, because I did get a feature on a Sean the Fisherman story on Jigs and Bigs. So I wasn't sure when the payback was coming, but here it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
So, man, now I want to reference it. So, there's been some stuff going on right over at Hookset, dealing with a certain product. We'll try to be somewhat vague, right? So, dealing with a product.
We don't have to be vague. I don't give a shit.
Okay, well, so my understanding is the rattling bugs. I'm sure some of you guys have seen that coming out on a lot of the pro staff members' stories and posts. There was an issue, and you guys got a letter from a pretty big company wanting to talk to you about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, we I think there was somebody who was concerned that it was similar to, I guess, their intellectual property or something. I guess if you Google it, it's a pretty common thing that this man or company does.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I think there was some misinformation because the rattling bug is not for sale. It has never been for sale. It's now listed on a website. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a proactive approach. I could understand intellectual property, all good, but we wouldn't interfere with that anyway. So that would just be false.
So as a smaller company, right? Like that's got to feel good, right?
It's not the first time. The first time I didn't, I know you know, but I didn't address it. I never spoke about it. There was another company that's arguably the biggest company there is that won't, and they're not like against us, but understandably so. You don't want to, why would you want to address Hookset Hoodlums? We're, listen, we're not big. We're not, we don't have a fucking lock one. We're not, we don't have a huge YouTube, but we have a YouTube, right? We don't have a huge name, but it's blowing up.
It is.
So if you have a clothing company that is in the fishing, category, I guess why would you want to address us? And why would you want your team or your famous YouTubers reposting shit with our clothes on it? So I get it. I completely understand it. I'm not, there's a business to this, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
I was about to say that's got to be weird. I haven't known you for very long, but I can, from what I know right now, I'm like you take this seriously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't also take it like uber seriously. Like you don't take it as like there's not a lot of ego in you or Ken. Definitely in Andrew though. Tons of ego in that one. Ken
snooty.
Honestly, with Ken, I don't know. He just now finally followed me back.
I don't even know who Ken is.
I've been on pro staff for a couple months now, and he finally decided to follow me back. He bought
just
some
followed
stickers.
Joel, who is, one of my best
forever,
friends,
right?
if not my best friend, he just followed Joel about a week ago. So
yeah, so I don't think he's real. I know me and Delirious talked about that last week. I don't think he's a real person. But you're pretty down to earth, unlike Andrew. And,
thank you. Yeah.
And I don't. That's what I like. Like you guys are trying to build this team with the pro staff, right? So one, the whole pro staff thing. We talked about pro staff last week. And it's important. Like you guys are my first pro staff that I've ever been with, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the comments. I gotta throw that out there real quick.
I don't want to click comments over here because I feel like if I click comments, I'm gonna
you can see them. I think I'm the only one that can show them.
All right, I'm gonna click this. If I mess it up, forgive me. So it says private chat. I'm gonna click comments. Yeah.
No, that'll just send it to me.
All right, I'm not gonna send that. I'm not clicking nothing.
You guys are my first staff experience, and me personally, I was holding out for something, a company that I believed in, a pro staff team that I felt like was more than a team. And as soon as I found out about you guys, which was probably 6 months prior to getting pro staff, like I liked what you guys have, and then it's even more once I've joined the team. Like it is the constant stream of consciousness. That is that chat, that DM. Jigs and Bigs talk about it, right? But I'm going to continue to bite off them like I have this whole podcast. Yeah. And it's just amazing. But the knowledge being passed back and forth. Steve-O, OG Scuba in the chat brought out, like, it's literally like having 20, 30 hype men right away. You post something. Yeah. Something that's good, right? They're going to tell you it's good. Something that's not that good, you might hear it's not that good.
Oh, you're going to hear it.
You're going to hear it, but we're here to pump you up. And he talked about how we're all just elevating each other's game. That whole steel sharpens steel mentality of everybody's just hitting all the way through. And when somebody's struggling, I'll call him out. D couldn't catch a bass. Delirious Angler couldn't catch a bass to save his life in the beginning of this year. But literally the whole chat. Yeah, he's on fire now, but the whole chat, you got this. Here, try this. It's just been amazing. So having to go from that and then having to deal with some kind of weird cease and desist super business, that's got to be a weird kind of avenues to switch between.
So the first question you asked, we didn't
also, I'm super bad with this. I'll ask a question and then I'll just keep
that was my fault. It was my fault, and then I didn't want to like just wedge it in there. But this is a perfect way to go back to it. So, Hookset Hoodlums was started just bullshitting with Andrew and Ken. Like that was the name of our text message group. I don't know why. I don't know why Ken ended up. I said the name or something, and then Ken changed the name of the text group, which, truthfully, very childish of you, Ken, to name a text group. But anyway, and then whatever. I don't remember what happened. I think we Andrew ironed on some shirts, and like people were asking I was like, a couple people asked me about the shirt. He's like, yeah, me too. Like, and then the idea was born, right? And then in the beginning, we talked about all right. We put out like 50 or 100 shirts, right? And we talk about this, but this is like what we do. Like if this all, like even right now, this all goes away, I'm still doing the same exact thing. This is a brand that encompasses what we do or our lifestyle. So a pro staff wasn't necessarily anything that we thought of in the beginning, and because pro staff, for those that don't know, means like promotional staff. But what we do, our pro staff, it's just the only term I know, but is we all promote each other. So like I'm not gonna like hype myself up, but like I've reached out to outside people like, hey, this guy is doing this in this state. You should connect with him, because I want everybody to blow up. I want us all to. This is a team. I don't want anybody who's just wants a discount or wants to rock our shit. Like that's cool. That's cool. We appreciate it and all that. But like the team is the team. Like, you got to want to do it. You know what I mean? And we support each other. And like you said, that chat is a constant source of information and knowledge. And Delirious, to his credit, when he went on Jigs and Bigs the first time, he bitched about some of his pro staff experiences. And I'm like, I agreed with him 100%. He's like, these guys don't follow me back. How am I a pro staffer for your company and you don't follow me? And I've had that experience as well. So listening to him talk, I'm like, yeah, dude, I agree 100%. That's when I reach out to Delirious, or he reached out to me, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like let's do this shit the right way. If everybody has, all individuals for sure, as you know, but common interests, common goals, common lifestyle, I guess, like our shared passion is fishing, right? Or outdoors. And as long as it's genuine and authentic, then that's what's going to happen. These bigger companies are going to pay attention because they have no choice to.
I think it's really interesting to pay attention. Like they have to, right? Because again, not just because I'm a member of the team, but like there's something special going on right now with you guys. Like there's something like
us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody. I mean, everybody as a squad, but centered around that Hookset banner. There's something special, and it's reminiscent of 4-5 years ago, right? A couple Googans came out and did their thing, and this is coming out more authentic and more realistic than what they did. And I think that's a really breath of fresh air for folks.
Yeah, I mean, look what they did. What they did is amazing. I'm not a hater. I know, as you know, I'm not a hater of them guys. But what they did is amazing. It's probably everybody's goal. But the biggest complaint about those guys is people don't believe them. And I don't know if they're faking it or not, but you don't have to believe us. So, I mean, this is 100% legit.
No, absolutely. I mean, you consistently post some of the smallest fish I've ever seen. And
yeah, those are my pets, though.
Those
are my pets. Yeah, those aren't the fish I catch.
Well, while we're on this topic, so good at this podcasting thing, we've got another viewer video.
Oh, good.
So I was excited for Wild Bill when I heard that he was getting on to the favorite fishing pro staff. But then I was sad because that must mean they're going out of business or something, because Wild Bill just sucks at fishing. The only quality fish I've seen him catch thus far are the ones that his daughter catches for him.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna mess this all up, but
Yeah, it's at the
Anyway.
top. That's your
Anyway.
daughter's banner, or
yeah, the HGR show. Shout out my daughter, HGR. Well, there's a couple things to be said there, Joe. First of all, nobody believes you, so you could take those fatigues off. Second, before I get any haters, by the way, I was in the service. Anyway, second, and the real one.
we make fun of our own.
The
You're
army.
good.
Second, although I am pro staff for favorite, I still bought my last 2 favorite rods from Joe. And
You're not a good pro staff member. You're just
Yeah,
you're
no,
still
I'm
paying
nobody.
full price.
I'm nobody, I'm nobody. And third, yeah, I'll vouch for that. Yeah, my goal is to make her better than me, and I've succeeded.
I mean, some would say that sometimes it's not just the fishing that's lacking. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah,
People
maybe.
can say whatever they want. It's America. Say whatever you want.
Maybe. I mean, maybe somebody said something like,
My name's Wild Bill. I like to think I have a beard, like at Brutus 17, and that I could build things. Since I built a chair swing from IKEA, and then I have a leftover screw. But what do I know?
Okay, so I will say this. I had no leftover screws,
okay.
and you're a crossing guard. Get the fuck out of the truck and start directing traffic. Okay? And the kids are afraid of your beard, so trim the shit down and make it nice.
I mean,
I didn't expect it from you, Joel, you motherfucker.
Unfortunately, he's not the only one that is calling you out for your man skills.
Wild Bill? You mean AKA Chicken Legs? Dude, comes to me. Soft hands, Hey, man, I just don't have time to make our baits anymore. You mind doing it? Yeah, dude. That's what family does. It's not a big deal. Hey, if I didn't have working man hands, I'd be in the same boat as you, too.
So I feel...
That man works 1 day a week. He works 1 day a week, and he just has more microwaves than me, so it's more convenient. That's it.
He's got more microwaves than me.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to go too hard on Damien. Damien, yes, you're a lifesaver. You know what? With the baits. God bless you. I take it all back. Rewind that, edit it, delete it. Let's go, motherfuckers. Keep coming.
Well, a couple of these, we'll cheers up. Are you still on that first one? Because I'm on 3, brother.
Well, the first one of the show, but we could.
All right.
Oh, open the second one.
So with that, I'm really surprised because I think other people are going to be surprised.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, Alex, I hope this finds you before the show tonight, but I got it from a good source that after like 3 White Claws, Bill gets all emotional and sensitive and stuff and starts playing like John Mayer and drops a Jupiter. So you might want to take it easy on him tonight.
I feel like I don't need to take it easy. I feel like Hookset needs to take it easy.
Well, you know what? First off, I don't feel like that was that mean. That was pretty nice. Second of all, it's 2 days. Second of all, I don't really know John Mayer that well, but I am an emotional guy. Undercover Boss, is that the name of the show?
Yeah.
That'll make me cry every once in a while, so I don't watch it. But yeah.
What about we're gonna go off the rails. Have you ever seen Grey's Anatomy?
No. I know what it is. I've never seen it.
So I remember being underway. This is right after my first child was born. I have 2 girls. Right after my first one was born.
2 girls. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's gonna be a rough road when they get older.
Yeah.
But so it's me and probably 4 other grown early to mid 30s men sitting on in a small space. We're in about 12 to 15 foot seas in Alaska, just getting the shit kicked out of us. And we're all crying because we're watching Grey's Anatomy about how like some guy had to his choice was to either give up his heart so his daughter could live, like actually, like medically.
Okay.
And we're just like, I would do it, man. I would do it.
So, when I was in Iraq, I would go to the mausoleum or the mall or whatever, and you could buy any DVD you want for like, a couple bucks. And I bought the like real hard charger in Baghdad. I bought the full series of Boy Meets World. And when
our nation's warriors.
Yeah. And I don't even want to get into the details of that, but trust me, like we were getting, and I'm watching Corey and Topanga break up, and Sean and I were broken, so yeah, I'm an emotional guy. Thanks, Rodney. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, if I, again, listen, I asked, full disclosure, I asked, hey guys, let's talk about Bill real good. And this is what I got. Full disclosure, that is also not what I said at all.
I didn't believe you.
Yeah, and I feel like some of the OGs of Hookset need to maybe get in on this. You know what I mean?
I wish live.
Hey, what's up, guys? Andrew from Hookset Hoodlums here. I was asked if I could say something nice about at Wild Bill Fishing, so here it goes. You're ugly, you're a horrible friend, and you suck at fishing. Later.
You look like Al Borland with AIDS, bro. And I'm not ugly. I have crooked teeth. That's it.
I didn't mean to cut you off, though, before that wonderful video by Andrew, which is crazy because I had to go through like 9 different people to actually get to him.
Yeah.
We had to set up a satellite uplink because he's in France right now, right off the Riviera. So it was tough.
Yeah. Disgusting.
But I didn't mean to cut you off. What did you have to say there?
I don't remember. And I'm not ugly. I'm just not handsome.
When it comes to your name, you go by Wild Bill Fish. Where'd you come up with Wild Bill?
I didn't. My friend Cocaine Dave gave me that nickname.
That's a very specific name. Was he
I don't know. I honestly don't know how he got that nickname. I don't think it had anything to do with drugs, but it's from jiu-jitsu, actually, from Brazilian jiu-jitsu. From the MMA gym I was in, Jiu-Jitsu Academy. My friend Dave, who used to train with us, he's in a different school now, but he gave me that nickname, Wild Bill, and it stuck. So I originally created the Wild Bill Fishing Instagram just as a photo album for my fishing. I had a personal Instagram with like family stuff, and I just made this one basically literally I didn't even tell my like family about it or anybody like that follow me. But Wild Bill was a nickname given to me in jiu-jitsu.
I think it's important for folks who are listening. If you don't have one already, I personally think it's important if you're going to be on Instagram or whatever to kind of separate that personal account to like a professional account, right? Your branded account, whatever it is. Solely because you're going to get a lot of, if you have that family account, you're going to get a lot of fake bullshit of like, oh my God, it's Aunt May and you're so awesome, right? And you're going to get the real reaction of folks to see if you need to be better or not. But it has been said that maybe Wild isn't quite the right name.
My name is Wild Bill. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Please. All you do is eat 2 sugar packets and become hyper. I'm more wildness in one finger than you do in your whole body.
Okay, first of all, I don't eat sugar.
He doesn't. He doesn't do sugar or carbs or anything wild.
I do carbs.
Like
it's a constant battle to avoid carbs. I do carbs. I try not to. And who was that? Was that Blippy? What was that? I love you, D.
And then, I mean, we've got to end it with Lockwood, right?
I was hoping so.
You ready?
No.
So, Billy, next time you have your boy Brutus doing all your manly things to do around your house, probably should lend a hand. Get them calluses built up. So when you try to pussy grab that catfish or pickerel, you don't need fucking pliers, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Get some calluses on them motherfuckers, you soft motherfucker.
I'm sorry. Did Simon Birch and Chewbacca have a baby that just insulted my goddamn hands? Because I got some fucking calluses, bro. Fuck you, Lockwood. That was pretty funny, though.
Big shout out to all the hoodlums for sending in
For sure.
the wonderful praises of Wild Bill.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Man, they hooked you up. Like,
well, I blame only you. But although I can't really actually only blame you because you didn't write that shit for them. And this is all cyberbullying, and I'm reporting this video after it's posted.
listen, the message I sent out was like, hey, I want you guys to be fucking awful. Like, roast the shit out of him.
Good.
And there was a couple of folks. We're going to give a shout out to probably two of the nicer folks. We would dust off fishing. He said, the only thing I can say is that he's ugly, but he's not that ugly.
Thank you. And I appreciate you. You're not that ugly either.
And Gravy Fishing, who said, I don't know him well enough. And then I didn't hear back from him. He just left it at that.
The meanest thing anyone said.
He said, I don't know him well enough. And I said, well, I think the leash is pretty long and how mean you can be.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Gravy. I guess.
All right, brother, let's do some rapid fire. You ready?
Yes.
All right, this is where if I was Jigs and Biggs, I would have a sound effect, a gun going off, or like womp 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 womp.
Yeah, he's got a good soundboard.
Dude, he's such a pro at it.
He's a pro.
He is. All right, man. Crocs versus sandals.
Crocs, what? All day. Crocs, all day. Crocs versus anything. Crocs.
This is way off script. Crocs, are they in off-road mode or casual mode?
Well, I guess mostly I wear them in casual mode, but not on purpose. But that's just how I wear them.
All right. What's your favorite fishing snack when you're on the water?
Yeah, beef jerky.
Beef jerky. Is it original or teriyaki?
I would probably go teriyaki just for the flavor.
Okay. Cover or structure?
Cover.
What's funny is I have these questions, right? But they're from Delirious. Wild Bill versus Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah. Would you rather catch in a 4-hour session, catch one 7-pounder or 5 2-pounders?
So I asked myself this question when I was listening to Delirious episode. I'm like, man, I don't know.
It's a 4-hour session.
Yeah, I mean, was it 1 7-pounder?
Listen, as somebody who's almost caught a 7-pounder, I'm 1 ounce off.
Yeah.
And I know you're quite a few pounds off.
Okay.
That's
true, though.
I think 5 2-pounders are still fun on that one.
Yeah, but I've had those days.
Yeah.
I haven't broke 6. So,
oh man, we could lower that way more then, right? Like just
yeah, we could. Yeah, we said a couple pounds. You were right. I couldn't argue. I agree with everybody so far, except I didn't argue with that. So,
all right, we're gonna come to a close, and I'll Bass and Brews. We always come with this rapid fire question: top 3 sandwich proteins. And don't be like Delicious and say cheese.
He said cheese.
He said cheese.
Also, he's not getting enough oxygen.
Bobby roast beef didn't say roast beef.
Well, that's the number 1 is roast beef.
Okay.
And can I say steak for number 2 or no?
Okay, a steak sandwich. That's a Northeast thing. I like that.
Okay, so I wasn't sure about that because I thought about that. Like, I'm like, does steak count? Yeah.
Oh,
and
no,
then,
dude, like toast with steak, maybe a little A1 on that thing. Like,
I wouldn't do A1, but
because that has carbs, right?
No, that's not why. Because that's just not why. I don't know. I just wouldn't do it.
All right.
And so my next would be, I can't say in Italian. I've thought about this, by the way, already. My next would be, you can't say Italian combo, right? Because that's like 3 or something.
I'm all right with that. No, I'm okay. That. Look, because the Italian combo is like, it's like a set, you know what I mean? Like Italian, like an Italian sub is an Italian sub. Like everybody knows the meat that's gonna be in there.
So if you weren't gonna allow me to say that, because that's like 3 different meats, I was just gonna abandon all of them and say turkey as my third.
Turkey. That's so plain. All right, brother. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have anything you want to plug? This, if everybody's listening or watching.
If anyone follows Reeling in Life or Underwater Robberies, unfollow them. That's it.
That's not gonna reach a lot. They only got like 200 followers. You'd be all right there on that one.
HooksetHoodlums.com. We got Hookset versus Everybody shirts coming out. I think.
Yo, Wild Bill, when is that coming out?
I think next week. The only problem with that is I have no control over the company. So otherwise, I already had them out. Those are. Thank you, Andrew. And White Claw Doll 8. Why 8, bro? Anyway, Bill, I answered all your questions before you. Oh, I believe that. Actually, I flipped them off, but I believe him.
He's a pro.
Yeah. So Hookset versus Everybody are coming out. There is, for the first maybe 50 shirts, you will get an unreleased mystery bait.
What could that be?
I don't know, but it might rattle. And
is
on
it
top
like
of that,
structure bug or
it's a creature? Yeah, it's like a bug, like a rattle, a bug that rattles. Or no, I'm sorry, it's a mystery bait. We also have the HDR Galaxy worms, the wild worms, the dreamer worms, all coming out. Soft plastics made by Stretch and Lines. Shout out Stretch and Lines. Anyway, HooksетHoodlums.com. Hookset versus Everybody coming up. And we got a couple new shirts coming out. I can't announce yet, but within the next couple weeks, in a 4th of July tank top coming out. Fucking ride with us or collide with us.
I got to stop real quick. I'm a dick, and I messed up this question. I know you just did your whole end promo. Delirious wants to know why you're afraid of him. I promised them I would ask you this, and I am the worst host. This isn't Gigs and Bigs. This isn't a professional podcast.
Yeah. Do you want a real answer or no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always real, right?
Okay. So when I heard him, this is like weird. I'm gonna go real and then
I like this. Yeah, this is
so
great.
When I first heard him on Jigs and Bigs,
listening.
Yeah, you're right. When I heard him on Jigs and Bigs, I said, I messaged Bobby. They were talking about doing like a New England tour, and Bobby didn't know him. Like he knew him online, whatever, but like it wasn't like an established friendship online.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Are you really thinking about like doing all these New England states with this kid?" And he said, "Yeah, he's a good dude," or something like that. And I said, "Be careful, because with all the joking that Delirious did, there's something to be said about all the crazy shit he said." And then I didn't follow Delirious. He didn't follow me. And then the moment I started talking to him, like a week later, we fished together. And I was like, D is a real motherfucker. He's a good fisherman. He's a good angler. He's a real dude. And I am so happy that we became friends. And I will never tell anybody where he hides his bodies.
All right. On that one, we'll end it. Thank you, Bill, for coming out.
Thank you for having me, bro.
You guys have a good night.
Peace.